Hey guys, iSpiteful here, and today I bring you a video discussing my top 5 Warzone vehicles, so let's not waste any more time and get right into it. Coming in at number 5 is the Ghost Ultra, one of the strongest light vehicles in Halo 5. The Ghost Ultra comes with significantly increased armour and higher damage dual plasma cannons that have a small area of effect damage on impact. The Ghost Ultra is everything you could ask for in a vehicle at a low cost of just 4 Rex. Ghosts were originally quite popular in Warzone, but became somewhat irrelevant when the Wasp was released. However, since the Wasp were bumped up by a 1 Rec level, the Ghost has now become a popular choice among players in Warzone again. The vehicle is agile, allowing for you to get in and out of combat quickly, which is important when your Spartan is fairly exposed while driving. This vehicle is designed for early game pressure in Warzone matches, and that is where it shines the most. Due to Warzone maps being very large in size, you will find it easy to pick off enemy players who are running from one base to another. Also, due to the Ghost Ultra being such an agile vehicle, you will often see players taking them inside bases to either slow down an enemy capture or support teammates. The Ghost Ultra would have been higher in this top 5 list, but a problem with the Ghosts in Halo 5 set it back. That problem is the inconsistent splattering, where you slam your Ghost full speed into an enemy Spartan but do not kill them, sometimes resulting in an unfair hijack by the enemy. If this happens, not only will you screw your team over handing the enemy team a Ghost, but you will also fall behind on Rec levels, making the later stages of your Warzone match a bit more difficult to deal with. At number 4 we have the Hannibal Wasp, an upgraded Wasp equipped with heavy armour, Gauss repeaters and experimental ion-filled bomb launchers. The Hannibal Wasp is my personal favourite vehicle in Halo 5. It looks and sounds cool, but what makes this Wasp good enough to make the top 5 list? Well, let's begin with its higher damage Gauss repeaters that, although take a short period of time to charge, can kill a single Spartan with ease. The Gauss repeaters also do decent damage to air and light ground vehicles and are very accurate, even at long range. The Hannibal Wasp's ion-filled bomb launchers are nothing to laugh at as well, as even those are deadly when used correctly. Unlike other Wasps, the Hannibal Wasp fires its bombs at an arc, which at first can be a little hard to aim. However, once you get the hang of using them, you will become the enemy's worst nightmare. The bombs, once fired, will stick to any surface and then explode in proximity of an enemy. The explosion can be triggered while the bombs are in midair or on the ground, which means you can place them outside bases and even fire them inside. They also work great against enemy air vehicles, as you can easily fire them above the vehicle and they will explode as they fall down, causing massive damage. The Hannibal Wasp is an awesome vehicle, but only takes the 4th spot in this list, since its Rec cost was raised up by 1 and its lack of movement can make it an easy victim to anti-vehicle weaponry. At number 3 we have the Hannibal Mantis, an upgraded Mantis with heavy armour, rapid fire Gauss cannons and ion-filled missile warheads. The Hannibal Mantis costs 7 Rex and is one of the strongest ground vehicles in Warzone. Its Gauss cannon deals high damage, making light work of enemy Spartans, and deals moderate damage to enemy vehicles. However, what really makes this Mantis shine is its powerful ion-filled missile warheads. These missiles fire rapidly in bursts and can lock onto both ground and air vehicles, dealing massive damage to whatever they hit. This Mantis is an all-around great vehicle and actually has a little more to offer than you might realise. The Hannibal Mantis can also cause an EMP effect on nearby enemy vehicles when using its stomping ability, which can be very effective in close combat and could quite easily turn the tide of a battle if used correctly. Overall, this Mantis is strong, but could not go higher in the list due to 2 issues. The first being that some of the Warzone maps simply do not work well with heavy ground vehicles, and the more important issue being active camouflage. Camo in Warzone is an easy and effective way to eliminate heavy vehicles by simply sneaking up, boarding them and planting a grenade inside that will most likely blow the vehicle up in one hit. This is something that happens frequently, and unless you have teammates constantly surrounding you, watching your back 24/7, you will often fall victim to a camo Spartan, making you feel bad for wasting 7 Rex. At number 2 is the Phaeton Helios, and words cannot describe how incredible this vehicle is. The Helios is a superior Phaeton with increased armour and agility. Sitting at a high cost of 8 Rex, it is expensive, but it comes attached with some of the best vehicle weaponry in Halo 5. The first being a chin-mounted cleansing beam. The cleansing beam is a solid beam that kills enemy Spartans incredibly quick, but overheats nearly just as fast to balance it. However, a good Phaeton pilot will fire their cleansing beam in short bursts to avoid the overheating completely. The beam also has very heavy aim assist when you are in close enough range of an enemy to turn your reticle red. In fact, the aim assist is so strong that it's almost impossible to miss at all with the beam. Now, at this point, the Helios is already sounding pretty powerful, but believe me, it only gets better. The Helios also comes attached with homing pulse missiles which fire rapidly in bursts. These homing pulse missiles can lock onto all ground and air vehicles, causing massive damage to anything they hit. The missiles can still be fired without a lock-on, so you can use them on enemy Spartans to kill groups of enemies at a time, or to finish up a kill if your cleansing beam has overheated. It is worth noting that the pulse missiles will not finish a full burst if the Phaeton pilot switches over to the cleansing beam before they have finished firing. Something that you should bear in mind when shooting with this Phaeton. The Helios is an incredible vehicle, but there is one small issue that held it back from taking the number 1 spot on this list, and that is its movement. The Phaeton only has a single evasive maneuver, which is a short-range teleport that takes fairly long to recharge. The Phaeton Helios is also quite slow, making it an easy target for anti-vehicle weaponry, which can often result in you being taken down pretty quickly by enemies who know what they are doing. This reason alone made me decide to put the Helios at the number 2 spot instead of number 1. And finally, at number 1 we have the Banshee Ultra, the best vehicle you can spawn in Warzone today. A vehicle that I absolutely despise due to its sheer power and presence out in the battlefield. A vehicle that can change the outcome of a Warzone match entirely when placed in the right hands. The Ultra is a superior Banshee with heavy armour that is significantly better than the regular Banshee in every single way. It's more agile, harder to kill, and a nightmare to play against. The Banshee Ultra comes equipped with rapid fire plasma cannons and a secondary single shot fuel rod cannon with large area of effect damage on impact. The plasma cannons are very poor on this vehicle and are rarely used. That, however, is not really a problem, as experienced Banshee pilots know that the real power lies within the attached fuel rod cannon, which can kill groups of enemy Spartans instantly due to its incredible damage. A single fuel rod shot is all you need, as good Banshee pilots will often swoop in and deal some damage then leave, often happening so quickly that unsuspecting players will be dead before they even realise. Now, do not expect it to be easy to take down one of these Banshees with anti-vehicle weaponry, because not only are Banshees incredibly fast, but they also have the ability to almost continuously perform evasive manoeuvres like flips and barrel rolls. These movements make the Banshee almost impossible to hit, and are even quick enough to break the lock-on of weapons like the rocket launcher. All of this topped off with a shield that absorbs damage makes it easily one of the strongest and most frustrating vehicles to face against in Halo 5. And that about wraps up this video discussing my personal top 5 Warzone vehicles. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment down below with suggestions for other top 5 videos that you would like to see in the future. That's all for now, guys. Peace.